and
Teal.
You know what it is, man. You're locked into Third and Teal where they keep it real. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Third and Teal, baby, and I'm out. Let's go.
Third and Teal. What is up? How's
Hey,
it going?
Can you run that back for me one more time? How'd that go again?
Third and Teal.
Yeah, that was rehearsed. I wanted you guys to know that. This guy's
Yeah,
that
I
good.
did that like 17 times before we got in. No, I'm just kidding.
Because he's that good.
I'm that good. Bam, bam. So we finally had some news.
Yeah.
Finally had some like the day after we freaking do this, we get some news. But that's okay. You know, it's good to have news, and especially when it's good news.
Mm-hmm.
But gentlemen, how are we doing?
I'm doing good because I feel like we're actually making really good decisions. Like, there's no better feeling than like knowing that your team's not jeopardizing our entire future in a span of one day.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
I was waiting for more.
Don't worry. Whatever team drafts Ty Simpson will do that.
Yeah, I'm doing great, man.
Yes.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I mean, you know, just the big news, you know, get out of the way. Trayvon Walker re-sign, 4 years, $110 million. He's going to be through what, 2030?
Yes.
He'll be around just as long as Trevor will.
Yep.
So that's a great thing now.
Yep. I think we got him, Jacoby, and Trevor, all three through 2030. I think Josh is through 29. And then Parker and Brenton are allegedly having their contracts worked on.
Smart.
And so if that is correct, then we will be also likely locking them through at least 2029 to 2030.
I think, man, honestly, like the best thing about it is I think the moves we made so far show that the regime kind of feels the same way that we do. Like, I watched that playoff game against Buffalo, and I don't feel like we were just overpowered or outmatched. I just feel like I'm being so serious. There's just too many favorable spots in that game. And you miss a kick that 9 out of 10 times he's not missing. It just seems like one of those days it wasn't going to go our way. It just didn't fall our way. So, but you didn't feel like we didn't have the talent to compete or even win that game. So we're not overreacting like years past and letting every fucking body walk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like how we went to a fucking AFC title game and then literally almost retained nobody. I mean, we retained them one more year on defense, a few of them, but by the following year, they were almost all gone. So this year, it's nice to know, like, not only are we signing our players, but we're trying to do it early so that we can actually get them at an affordable price before the fucking free agency market drives them through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
AKA Parker Washington. If Parker Washington made it to free agency, he would quickly become unaffordable.
Exactly.
And he become unaffordable for what he does for us. He's amazing for us. I love him. He's just not the size to be your wide receiver one, but he plays like a wide receiver one. Like he garners that kind of attention. He has that kind of athletic ability. And there's going to be a team that will pay him to be their wide receiver one. So, and I mean, people can argue with that if they want, but you can argue with a wall. That dude's a freak, and everyone in the league knows it. And Brenton, you pay Brenton just because Brenton's damn good. You pay him because he's fucking good. There ain't nothing else to be said about that because it's not like he's a top 2 or top. I don't even think he's really a top 5 tight end. but I think he's definitely top 10, in my opinion, in production and like what he can bring to the table. You pay that guy. You've got the opportunity. You can pay him before because if he goes to free agency, he'll be one of those guys that resets the market simply because he has tons of ability. He'll get paid like he's a top 5. He's a top 10. You pay him now, you get him for top 10 money. It's just
5. I really do. In today's league, yeah, he's top 5 just because his blocking ability alone.
Well, I think George Kittle's still better in my opinion. Okay, George Kittle's still better.
Right.
Okay, so then you got George Kittle, you got Trey McBride. Trey McBride's arguably the best tight end in the league.
Okay, he's still getting there. I'm not gonna give that to him yet.
I don't know. Trey McBride's a fucking freak. You give him consistent quarterback and offensive line play with some offensive scheme that makes sense, and he did all of that without those things. I mean, he was the best tight end in football last year with Jacoby Brissett. That guy's a freak. He there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. That guy's a freak.
Okay, I give him
that. Brock Bowers.
Right.
Brock Bowers absolutely better. Okay. Then I still think talent-wise and production-wise, Travis Kelce's better because he is. I mean, I love Britton. I'm not shitting on Britton, but Travis Kelce still finds open holes better. He's still like more dynamic as a playmaker. But Britton will quickly surpass him. I'm not saying that that's not going to happen, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
And then
honestly, I think he's passed him at this point.
Well, he may have. I think Tyler Warren's better, even though he was a rookie last year. Tyler Warren's better. He is a freak. That guy's going to be a fucking animal.
I want to see more body. I mean, but yeah, he did look good last year. I'm not going to take that away from him.
David Njoku is faster and stronger, and he does block better, and he's a better receiving tight end. But these are not to put off on Brenton. I love Brenton. I'm a huge Brenton fan. But I'm just being real. Like there are definitely 5 that are better than him. At least at this current moment. Not to say that he can't ever be better.
Right.
Because I think he will.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I think honestly, we give him this year is where you're really going to start to see it. Colson Loveland is also insane.
I was disappointed in him. But go ahead.
But anyway, I'm not. He hasn't lived up yet, but he will. However, as of right now, though, just being real about it, there's definitely 5 that perform and do better. But you give him a full year because he was hurt last year. A lot of people forget that. Like he got hurt and missed a few weeks. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Okay, give him a full year as a starter.
Give him 5B.
Yeah. I mean, and
he missed 5 games last year.
Yeah,
and he had 540 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think that forced Trevor to kind of move away from him. Parker became the security blanket.
I don't know though. Brenton to me is the top blocking tight end in the league. I don't think anybody blocks better than Brenton does.
Yeah, no, I don't know that anybody blocks better. I mean, I'm not gonna say they do, but like, then again, you can get a lot of people that can stand in the way and get close enough that I wouldn't be willing to say he's top 5 overall. But he's definitely phenomenal. He is great. I love him. But one full year without injuries, he can actually like play and get his groove and keep it. He'll be up there, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, this is his going on his 3rd year, 3rd or 4th year.
This will be his 4th season. Yeah,
4th season, but first time getting all the starters.
Yeah,
all the starting reps. So.
Well, I mean, last year he got the starting reps, but he just got hurt.
No, that's what I'm saying. This will be his first year, hypothetically, with all the starting reps.
Yeah.
So, and then so that's why somebody mentioned it earlier. I can't see it now. Let me see.
What's that?
Oh yeah, Florida made. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, that's funny. If you know, you know. So I like how this new regime is set on re-signing our players. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about when we started the show. Is like Brent Strange, man. That's the thing. That's what I like about it. Organizations get too damn cute, man. Like, look, he don't have to be playing at top 5 to earn his contract. I think he's easily 7th or 6th best in the league, and it's debatable, but depending on who you are. But he's obviously he's top 10. That should be undoubted. So you watch this kid, man, and bro, there's no reason he doesn't deserve another contract. Now, you can go ahead and pay him now when he will cost you top 10 money.
Yes.
Because he's not preparing for free agency and someone is not inflating the fucking market for him because they can't mess with him right now. So you can go ahead and do it now, and then they feel appreciative because you want to do it early, and they feel like you value them, and they're willing to take a little bit less because they're just glad you did it. Fucking do it now.
That's right. Get it out the way.
And then, what point in the draft should we draft the tight end to? Like 3rd or 4th, I think.
I don't think that early. I don't think it's really that early.
Nah, I think like 5th or 6th round.
Yeah, I'm thinking
this is a pretty good like deep tight end class for what we like our tight ends to do. Honestly,
exactly.
There's a lot of size and good bit of athleticism in this one.
I agree. That's why I say, around the field.
Yeah, I mean, you've got. Let me see. Like you've got, in terms of like this is NFL draft buzz, of course, but you've got what 1, 2, 3. You only have 3 guys that are expected to even go in the first 2 rounds, and then it keeps going even further than that towards the end. Like it's this one's not going to have a lot of guys going in the first 3 rounds. The only one that I would maybe like, if we're sitting in the 3rd round, like maybe Oscar Delp out of Georgia's there, maybe grab him or like a Michael Trigg. But I just don't think that this is one where we really need to reach on somebody early when there's a lot of like 6'5", 250, 260 sitting in the 6th and 7th round and 5th round.
And we did just pay Quinn Morris too, didn't we?
Yeah, we paid Morris. So we still have the other one. What was his name?
Tight end out of Stanford also. Roush.
Yeah, there's Roush. Who's the other guy we have? Damn it. We got rid of Munt. Who was the other tight end that we used a little bit this year? He called our first touchdown.
Long.
Yeah, Jake Long. Yep. Or Hunter Long. Oh,
that's him.
And then we still have Herbert's little brother on our practice squad. Right. But yeah, there's definitely some guys in the draft because I don't think whoever it is, I don't think they're going to start. So it's not super important that we pick one early.
It's more of a I believe a depth piece than anything.
Honestly,
right now, yeah.
Fuck a tight end too. I don't give a fuck about none.
And they could even be undrafted. Honestly,
that's how I feel about it personally.
Yeah,
personally, fuck a tight end too. We'll get what you get because all we bring that motherfucker here to do is stand in the way. However. Now, honestly, I think we've kind of played the draft out a little bit these past couple weeks. I think we should focus on like these contracts we got going on though, because all right, obviously they're working on Parker. Obviously they're working on Brenton.
Right.
Clearly they paid Trayvon. One thing I think we would be like, it would probably be a crime if we didn't mention was how everybody's talking about how Trayvon is the most anonymous number 1 overall pick of all time, which that's true. It is true. There are people in the league who have no idea who he is, like fans of the league, not necessarily people in the league. There are fans of the league who have no idea who he is, which is their own damn fault. It ain't because he ain't a good player. But
right.
The thing is Trayvon Walker is more of a traditional down lineman than a pure edge rusher. He's not a pure edge rusher. And I think that's where people get it confused. And they always say, oh, you should have taken Aiden Hutchinson. You should have taken Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, well, all right. I have a really big truck, right? I say I want to make it fast. I'm not going to start comparing it to a Ferrari and say, I should have done this to it. I should have done this to it. Like, they're not the same player.
No, they're
at
not.
all. Aiden Hutchinson is a pure pass rusher. He is nowhere near the run defender. Nowhere near. Trayvon Walker brings attitude and physicality that sets the tone in the run game. the reason we never gave up a 100-yard rusher the entire fucking season. And, you know, man, I agree with you. I think we said that last year. I don't remember when we said it. We were talking about it. Like, him and Josh both, they just go right at you. And if they don't get you with that first move, they're not getting you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We talked about that ad nauseum about those two and those least the lack of moves they have.
Yeah. So, but when you talk about Trayvon, okay, you think about now. I just went on here last week and the week before, and I'll continue to say it that I think pressures are a bullshit made up stat 99% of the time. I think the type of pressure that Trayvon gives you, though, not a quarterback pressure, but just an overall pressure. If you're an offensive coordinator and you come into the week, you're a run-heavy team, or maybe even you're just a run-first team. You like to set up the play action. You can't do that. You can't do that because Trayvon Walker's there. You're not running at him. You can't even run away from him. He hawks people down behind the line and across the field. You can't even run away from him.
Yeah.
He's an unprecedented run defender. So, yeah, he's not going to get you like 20 sacks a year. What he's going to do is keep your defense in the top 5 in rush defense. What he's going to do is make teams have to alter their offensive game plan when they prepare for you every week. And if you've got a guy that can affect the game and the way it's played, I don't care how big or how small, you pay that guy. You pay that guy and you lock him in because, again, that's why Foye keeps getting paid, man. Last time Foye got paid, oh, he's old. Oh, he's getting old. That motherfucker still almost leads the league in tackles every year. That guy changes the game. They never run it straight at him.
Because Trayvon, it's just real funny because like Khalil Mack is like a guy that was like, oh, he's the best edge in the league, blah blah blah, for like a couple of years, but like, you know, it was his second season. I'll give him that, but he had 15 sacks, and then his next highest was 3 years later at 12.5, and then he was under 10 for 4 years in a row. Then he hit 17 on his second year on the Chargers, but like overall in his career, he was sitting close to 10 or under 10. But he was considered like one of the best edges in the league and the most feared edge in the league for years.
Yeah, everybody talked about Khalil Mack.
Yeah, and Trayvon's very similarly built and plays very similarly to Khalil Mack. He's just big, strong guy who's throwing dudes with one hand or moving them. And I mean, he's probably one of the best. He's probably one of the best comparisons you can give Trayvon Walker, honestly, in my opinion, for how he plays and the type of player he is. But nobody gives Trayvon Walker the same talk that they give Khalil Mack, even though they're very similarly styled and played. It's just interesting to me that, you know, it's people think that you have to hit these 17, 15, 20 numbers, but really throughout history, besides like Myles Garrett, a great edge is getting you 10 to 12 sacks a season. And like, that's always been kind of the mark to hit. But now all of a sudden it's crazy because like, what people didn't realize is last season, Trayvon Walker was one of 4 or 5 players to hit double-digit sacks the past two seasons before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but they'll sit there all day long and tell you that there's 10 or 12 better edges than him, but none of them hit double-digit sacks back-to-back seasons. So, like, people don't realize how hard it is in the NFL to hit double-digit sacks, and the fact that Trayvon's doing it consistently outside of last year when he was hurt.
Yeah.
But like it's so funny how he's just a quiet guy is the problem. He's not the sexy pick. He's not the guy that everybody wants to hear about. He's not putting, 3 stripes across his eye like a Celtic warrior and doing commercials and all this stuff. He's a quiet guy who does his job. He does what he's asked. And if they really set Trayvon loose and told him just go after the passer, I'm sure he'd have more sacks every year, but he's doing his job. We're playing cushiony defense. So, I'm sure if we got the time to throw metrics, we're probably one of the fastest teams people get time to throw against in the league because we're always playing 10 to 15 yards off the ball, it feels like. So like, you got these teams like the Browns who are playing man coverage the whole way, or they're playing up close and playing press. So Myles Garrett, who, I mean, he doesn't need that, but you know what I mean? Like he's got a little more time than a team like Jacksonville where we're sitting 10 to 15 foot deep and we're playing more zone coverage than anybody else in the league. and then these guys are getting off, 2-3 yard passes really easy. Like it's not the same as somebody who's getting where the court team gets to sit back. It's just, I don't know. There's more to it than just sack numbers.
My favorite part is,
but
the
that's
guy
the
got paid.
sexy thing, right?
Yeah. The sexy thing's the sack numbers.
Yeah, it's always the sexy thing is getting the sacks. My favorite thing though is we paid a guy and he is not the highest paid in the league.
Yeah.
Like we were able to do a contract without resetting the entire fucking market. Finally fucking got somebody for a price that actually was fair.
And I think that was the right thing to do. They're getting ahead of it. Yeah. Right. And they're getting ahead of it before it becomes a big problem to where, like we said before, we can't retain them because we just can't pay them what the market is going to be asking for here 2 years down the road. So I think it's a perfect time to get your core signed, get them under contract, and move on from there.
I think, honest to God,
because you can always
that lesson with
negotiate. Yeah, exactly.
They learned that lesson with Devin. Because I guarantee you, well before the playoffs came, they wanted to re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, we'll wait till the offseason. We're having a good year. We don't want to distract him. Free agency blew his fucking head up.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he had a phenomenal year. He did. He was the best off-ball linebacker in football that year, or last year.
Right.
That's one out of his entire career.
But he got him paid by somebody else.
Paid. Of course it did. But if we start talking to him, I don't know, maybe November, December, he's not getting as much money as he got. And he was taking it.
I'll go back to what I said earlier in the year. I think he was pissed off because they didn't pick up his 5th-year option either. I think that had something to do with it. So, yeah, I really do believe that.
And he's absolutely right. He said Will Anderson Jr. is going to break the market. That's a fact. That's another thing that makes this signing so fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Get it done before that.
Yeah. Way before that.
But that's another thing, too. Will Anderson Jr. is going to be the replacement for your, Myles Garrett, your Aaron Donald style players when they are gone. He's next.
He's next.
That guy's a fucking freak of nature.
Oh, okay. He's good. He played for the other team over there. I'm not going to say all that. He's good. All right. He's good. I'm going to give him, he's good. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. He's good. But, yeah. Jalen Phillips makes more, and he hasn't had. Jalen Phillips is going off reputation from when he was first with Miami before he got hurt. So that's what got him paid. But yeah, he's not that same player any longer. He's not.
I completely agree. They were absolutely justified for not giving him a 5th-year option, especially with the year he came off of. He was terrible.
Well, we already know he had a problem in coverage.
He didn't have a problem. He was a problem. He was the problem.
We're going to rephrase it then. He was a problem.
Anybody that makes Cole Kmet look like a fucking all-pro.
Yeah. I was about to say that too. Because tight ends had field days, all-pro days against him in coverage. And it was just, yeah. Chad Muma. Yeah, if you get benched for Chad Muma. Yeah.
That's a bad day in the neighborhood.
A very bad day.
You should go ahead and get ready to hang him up.
Well, it's Ventrell's time now. Let's see what Ventrell going to do. We know he's a monster against the run, but how is he going to act in coverage? We're going to find out.
Well, if they put him in that Devin Lloyd role, he won't really have to find out. He'll play a soft zone middle read, which is, really, you just stand there and wait.
Yeah. That sounds easy. That sounds easy, but sometimes it's not as that easy because you
Yeah,
got
so I
got to go on instinct sometimes. That
no,
what got Devin. That what got Devin paid because he played a
Yeah.
lot instinctively this year instead of just thinking. He just did it instinctively and started moving. That's how he got a few of his interceptions actually, because he was somewhere he wasn't supposed to be, but he was there when the ball was thrown. Hey, I'm
mhm.
not complaining though, because
I think he just started watching film. I think he actually locked in and realized like I should really
you think
pay
that's what it
attention.
was? He started
Yeah.
watching film.
Come and tell you right now, bro. There's no way he was watching film the year before. I said it then, and I'll say it now. There's no fucking way. He's getting beat with the same fucking chip release routes every fucking week. And he was getting beat on it for like 20 to 30 fucking yards a time.
Yeah, but
You
that's
ain't watching film, bro.
no, you're thinking too much. I said it back then. When you start thinking, when you're on that football field, yeah, you let a lot of things. You're not going to perform because you're trying to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and it's just too much. You're not moving instinctively. Then, as a linebacker, you got to have instincts. Also, you got the game plan, yeah, but you got to, and that goes back to what you were just saying. You have to watch the film, but once game day comes around, you still have to, sometimes go with instincts.
Yeah, like, okay, so you watch film. Watch film creates the instinct, like, okay, so say I watch Cole Kmet for like, say I watch like a 10 hours on him. I spend one day and I just watch 10 hours of film because that's my main matchup for the week. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scheme. I was just going to say that too. The linebackers, quarterback of the defense.
Yeah, Devin was projected in the first round, by the way. He was not projected to be a second rounder.
Yeah, he was projected first. But he, anyway, so you're watching him. I watch 100 hours, or I watch 10 hours on him. Every time he does the check release route, he takes inside hand first.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's something. There's going to be something. He's
Yeah,
going to do it the same way.
Yeah, it's called a tendency.
It's going to be a tendency or a tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and even if he doesn't do it 10 out of 10 times the exact same way, at least 8 out of those 10 times are going to be the exact same way. Right. Then I can use instinct. I don't have to think about it. I saw him do it. I know it's coming. Jump it.
Mm-hmm.
Jump it. That's instinct. And it'll come second nature. And it comes second nature because you put the time and you watch it. Like if I'm standing at middle linebacker and I'm in the middle of the field right now, I'm between the hash marks, and I see him inside off the rip. Obviously, I'm shaded that way because that's my matchup, but I'm still in the zone, so I'm not going to commit to him fully because I'm not manned up. I see that give, I'm going to become manned up, and that's instinct. That's instinct because I've done the research. I put the time in. I watched it. I know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing he did to Patrick Mahomes. That's exactly how he got that massive fucking pick six on the Monday Night Football game. That exact thing that I'm talking about right now. You put the time in. You watch them. You watch them. Because, look, the same thing happens every time. They've been doing it for years. Why do you think they weren't so successful this year? People are finally figuring it the fuck out. Patrick Mahomes gets in trouble. He rolls to the right. It is at least a minimum 3 to 5 seconds. Travis Kelce will be standing right outside or right on the hash mark in an open pocket every fucking time. He just sits down and waits.
Facts.
And then if it goes a couple more seconds, he gets vertical towards the back pylon. It's the same thing every time. It does not change. It is the same thing every time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to point out I had Copilot run some numbers here, because I'm lazy. And how many players do you think over an 8+ season career average more than 10 sacks a season?
Not very many.
2.
It's higher than that, but it's not much higher.
I think it's like literally 4 in it.
Number 7, Von Miller averages 9.9 over his career.
Wow.
The only ones that are over 10 are J.J. Watt at 10.1, LT at 10.2, Bruce Smith at 10.5. Mark Gastineau, technically, he only played 7, but he averaged 10.9. It does have that note, but still. Jared Allen, 11.3, DeMarcus Ware, 11.5, and Reggie White, 13.2.
Legends. By the way.
So,
Okay. So how many in this era of football?
would you consider J.J. Watt this era, or
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you can.
J.J. Watt's the only one then?
Okay. All right.
I think you consider J.J. Watt this era because he set the precedent for how 99% of them all play now.
Yeah.
Like, we're in the era of the J.J. Watt style edge rushers. Like, J.J. Watt just grabbed you and fucking mauled you to death. And then you have Aaron Donald. That's what Aaron Donald did.
And Aaron
then-
Donald's not on that list, huh?
Nope.
Which is crazy.
I'm
That's
thinking.
insane.
I think that Myles Garrett currently actually, I don't know why I didn't include him. Myles Garrett currently averages 13.9,
I can
which
see
would be the most in NFL history if he were to retire today. At least most in the official era, which is from 1982 and forward, for sacks being tracked officially. But
I mean, well, there's one consensus that everyone should agree to, and I don't care what anybody really says. Myles Garrett's the best pure pass rusher of all time. He is, because I mean, look, man, the attitude and the way the game was played back in the day. Of course, you want to go with people like LT or Reggie White or even stuff like that.
No.
Who you want to go with, Eric?
Look, if you ever watch Deacon Jones play, that who you would have to say, yeah, Deacon was a beast, man. Deacon was, oh my God.
And some of these guys too.
He's the reason why they got rid of the head slap, because he would hit a joke upside the head. And oh my God.
Part of this too, though, is they weren't on the list only because they were technically officially not included. So unofficial, right. Deacon Jones is Bruce Smith are up there. But yeah, that's crazy too, because Bruce Smith only had 2 more sacks than Reggie White in 3 more seasons. Now Reggie White was built different, man. But
and
Deacon Jones was crazy.
Reggie was a dog. You go back and watch videos on him, man.
But you know who else is up there?
Who else would? Jerome Brown would have been on there too if he hadn't passed away when he did. Jerome Brown was a beast too out of Miami. Mm-hmm. Yes, when him and Reggie played in Philly together. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, they were
talking about a defensive front. Yes,
that's crazy. That Julius Peppers is the only Julius Peppers the only player from the modern era to break the top 5.
Because Julius Peppers was Julius Peppers was a man amongst boys.
Yeah, he played 16 seasons.
He said DeMarcus Ware earlier. Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware is he's tied for number 10 at 130. No, he's tied for number 9 technically at 138.5 with Von Miller.
Okay.
Jared Allen's Jared Allen's number 13 at 136.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
And you got to remember,
all I'm saying is
when Deacon played, they weren't recording sacks like that.
Yep.
Well,
so that makes a
think
difference.
about this, okay? This is why I say Myles Garrett's the best pure pass rusher of all time. When Deacon played, you could slap people in the fucking head.
Micah hasn't played 8 seasons. Is the problem?
Yeah, Michael will be there when he gets more seasons in. But Deacon was slapping people in the fucking head, which is savage as fuck. That's dope. That's badass. That's fuck. Hey,
it wasn't against the rule. It wasn't against the rules.
I know. But like, you think about it now. You've got all of the rules in the world now. There's so many things that make it where, like, bro, you can't do this, you can't do that, and he's still a man amongst boys. You can't stop him. It don't matter. You double team him, you triple team him. It don't matter. He's still coming. And the thing is, he does it even through all the rules. And look, I know it's not as entertaining to watch as it was for Dinkin and them. Because, dude, who doesn't want to see somebody get slapped in their shit?
Yes.
Yeah, but my counter argument though would be: you think holding was as regulated back then as it is now?
No.
No. But I'm gonna be honest though. I don't think they call it on Myles Garrett much anymore. Anyway, he's not getting those holding calls no more, dude. Like they're holding him every play, and they know that, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, again, that's the same thing. Like with people, like you watch Max Crosby. Max Crosby gets held every play, bro. They're not calling it every play. They don't call it half the time, honestly. On the big star edge rushers, they really don't get to call that much because if they called it every time, they'd be stopping the game every snap.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so yeah, no, I do agree that nowhere near was it as regulated then as it is now. But I think at the same time, defenses were still also getting a handful and just fucking throwing them back then too. It was a lot more physical. It was a way more watchable game, way more entertaining. And I completely agree with that. But that's why I say he's the best pure pass rusher of all time. He cannot do those things that were an advantage to a big ass defensive lineman on a tackle that's already on his heels off the snap. You know, look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Reggie White lines up on any offensive tackle today, they are fucked. They are fucked. And it's not close. I don't care what tackle or what guard you put in front of them, they're fucked. And they're fucked because the way they play the game now, it's almost guaranteed they get back in their stance before they're getting their hands on them. I mean, it's literally almost guaranteed at that point, the way the game is set up now. Back then, it was instant. It was pop right off the rip. But now you're watching people like Myles Garrett who, I mean, bro, the tackles are already like 4 yards or like a 2-yard drop back behind the guards in a lot of offensive sets now. He's got to run to them, and he's still going.
Well,
still going.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess when we start talking about pass rushes, you have to break them down by, I guess, eras.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, by era for sure.
Yeah.
I just think like, okay, if I'm gonna think about, all right, what takes the most skill? Not raw power, the most skill. What would make it where you just have to be that fucking dude? And it's when they start putting rules and regulations on shit. Like, say, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain, the 100-point game. Yeah, it's because he was standing in the fucking paint the whole time. You know what you can't do anymore? You can't stand in the fucking paint the whole time.
Right.
Okay? So now to do something like that, that would be fucking insane.
Yeah.
That would be insane. You know what I mean? You see stuff like Bam Adebayo's game the other night. I know this is not football, but I'm going to bring it full circle. You know, you see his game the other night where he scores 83 and finally surpasses Kobe, and you're like, how the fuck did he do that? It's because they greenlit him to take every shot just so he could break it, and he still didn't make it to 90. Now, the way this relates to football and edge rushing, okay? You watch people like Lawrence Taylor. First of all, Lawrence Taylor was on cocaine.
Among other things.
Among other things. Lawrence Taylor was high as fuck.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was yoked up on speed and was blasting shit.
Yeah, that part.
So, okay, so how much of it was talent, which, of course, there was a shitload of it. He's an all-time great. But how much of it was talent and how much was it he was just blitzed out of his mind? Like, okay, so then you can't compare him to Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett's doing this pure talent. Okay?
Right.
And then you go, Dickin. He's slapping bitches in the head. That's fire. That's fucking awesome. I love it. I'm pro. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But Myles Garrett slapped a dude in the head one time and he got suspended for a year. So I'm just saying. And look, it's not that I think those guys are not dominant players. It's just in a league today with more rules in place and there's so many things that are made to slow them down. And him still being this dominant and just being this so far apart from the rest just speaks to how talented that guy really is.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, to be fair, guys these days, today's NFL is more athletic, you know, more physically built to actually play the game than those guys back then. But you still ain't gonna change my mind on Deacon Jones though, because that was my type of player. Because I remember using that head slap a couple of times myself. It works pretty good. I'm gonna tell you, it works.
Yeah, especially get them right over that fucking ear hole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna work. They're gonna stop blocking. They're actually gonna stop playing, and they're gonna be looking for where they're at.
But Florida made topper Ricky Jackson. Yeah, he was a beast also.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, man. That's just my point. Like, there are certain positions today where it's been made a whole lot easier. Like, you know, obviously being a receiver has become a million times easier than it ever was. I think being a DB has become 10 times harder than it ever was because you can't be anywhere near as physical. I think being a running back is definitely easier than it ever was now because the linemen have just gotten so much more athletic. We're not trotting out 360-pounders at every position anymore.
Right. Plus, teams aren't just relying on one back to carry the load either.
Right. And then I think quarterback, I think quarterback got easier as far as certain parts, but other parts it got harder.
Yeah.
That one's, I think they traded some. So I don't think it got any easier, but I don't think it got any harder either. I think they just traded certain parts.
I think criticism of quarterback position has gotten a whole lot harder.
Oh, it has.
Harder.
Yeah, they expect people to come out of college and be a day one Super Bowl champion.
And we know that's not the way it works.
No. And I think, you look at linebackers, the linebacker position, it's gotten a whole lot harder because you're trying to play over the middle of the field and you make contact with the receiver as he's coming for the ball. That's now a defenseless receiver somehow. Bitch, don't go for the ball.
Right.
That's my job. But so that being said, I think to see guys like that are playing those positions, like Fred Warner, to be that fucking good, that it's like that noticeably different in a league where all the rules are against you and your position. That's how you know that's pure talent, bro.
Yeah,
pure talent.
I'm gonna give you another name that didn't get a lot of credit when he played. Nick Bonicani.
I agree.
He played for the Miami Dolphins. He was a beast also. You didn't hear much about it.
Well, another name that got mediocre credit, we all know him because, of course, he played for us, but Paz.
Yeah, that's true.
Paul Posluszny was a fucking animal, dude. Bro's breaking his nose mid-game, resetting and going back. Like what? He's a dog, like a dog. But again, that's all to speak to the way the game's changed and the way that you should approach things and stuff like that. All that full circle really comes back to is pay your fucking people when they make an impact on the game. Because when you think about the game now versus the game then, it's way harder to make an individual impact on the game now.
Right.
That's just the God's honest truth. Because back then, like Deion, I'm going to tell you right now, I love Deion Sanders. He's Florida State alum. I fucking love Deion. But Deion's getting fucked up by Jamar Chase.
I don't know about that one.
No, it's happening. It's happening. And
because Deion was good as baiting quarterbacks. He was good at baiting quarterbacks. So he would. I can see him baiting Burrows.
No. I'm not saying that the quarterback. I'm saying you're just running one-on-ones.
I still don't think Chase will outrun Deion in his prime. I just think he has way better. He's just way better on his feet. He's so sharp in and out of his cuts. It's not a fair thing though. That's what I'm saying. It's not even fair. Like you see receivers now versus then. Back then, you had to worry about him taking the ball off the top of your head. True.
Very rarely did you see a guy that had such precise route running that's how he was killing you. Not that it didn't happen. It did. Right. But very rarely did you see it be like they had – usually what it was is you would have either a guy that was 6'7" and was strong as shit, and he had some route running, but for the most part, he was just going to catch it on your head. Right. Larry Fitzgerald, Megatron.
Right.
Those type of receivers.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Michael Irvin. Sterling Shepard. Like, dude.
Yep.
So those kind of guys, right? what you have now is like the Cooper Kupps, the Puka Nakuas, the Parker Washingtons. You have the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons. Like, those guys can stop on a dime from full acceleration and are almost immediately back at full acceleration again.
All right. We're going to come back to that because I want to – losing Travis to the Saints hurts more than losing Devin Lloyd. I disagree.
I don't think either hurts.
Yeah, I really disagree with losing because I believe the regime saw it coming anyway. That's why they went out and drafted those 2 running backs last year. Number one, Travis. I mean, Travis. He did his thing last year, and we're not going to take that against him. He did his thing last year, but in the long haul, no, I don't think it's going to hurt as much as people think it is. Because if you watch, in fact, if you watch the press conference earlier today that was had, they actually mentioned that given as far as fan favorite.
Oh yeah, he's
all right.
right.
I give you that. I give you that.
ET had a massive individual fan base here.
Yeah,
that's undoubted, and that's the thing though for Jacksonville though. Jacksonville's always had a soft spot for our running backs. I mean, look at the 2 right here, man. It's because of them 2.
Yeah.
Well, you're used to being a franchise like we were, where like the only success we were really finding was on the ground, and it was John. You need
to find a Greg Jones jersey.
I do need to find.
I was literally about to say, don't be mentioning or not mentioning Greg Jones, man.
Yeah, got to have Greg up there.
I don't want to get one. Like, my biggest problem is they always have the numbers all fucked up and nobody took care of them. Like, if I'm gonna hang it, it's gonna at least be presentable.
Okay,
that's why I'm hanging it. But it's because of people like these 2, right? Like, and Greg Jones, of course, as well. Like, when this team couldn't throw the ball to save our fucking life, felt like we were always throwing interceptions, or we just never had a good passing game. You got MJD carrying motherfuckers for 40 yards. Mm-hmm. Fred Taylor's shaking them out their damn shoes. Mm-hmm. Like, Jacksonville's always going to have a soft spot for our running backs, especially if they show up and produce. That's why so many people loved Leonard Fournette, even though he was an injury-prone bitch.
Oh, yes.
We had one good year out of him, and people he got an cult fan base for it. The same thing with James Robinson. People were genuinely fucking pissed when we let James Robinson go. He's this, he's that, he's the future. He's not even playing anymore.
Yeah. I think he's in the.
He was in the UFL, and then I think he got hurt, but he could have re-signed again since then, I guess. But
pretty sure he signed with the team this year.
Well, I know he wasn't in the league.
I haven't seen him. I've been watching some of their games. I haven't seen him, so I don't know if he's still there or not. I remember them mentioning his name once or twice, but yeah.
He plays for the Louisville Kings.
Huh?
Yeah, so he did sign it. But see, that's my point, though. It's just Jags fans are going to have an occult following for our running backs, especially if they see any kind of success here. Like, it's just that's just how it is. We're not the team that's going to, like, idolize our quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the first quarterback that people will die on that hill for in massive numbers since Mark Brunell. People died on the hill for Byron Leftwich, but it was still really divided. People died on the hill for David Garrard, but it was still really divided. People died on the hill for Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles was the closest they got to Mark Brunell.
Boat.
Trevor. I love the boat. I think we failed the boat.
I think so, Trevor. I'm glad you said that.
I just think that,
and we failed Garrard.
We failed the boat.
I think with the boat as well, though, like, he was just such a lovable guy too, though.
Yeah,
like Blake Bortles was a lot of fun. He was a cool dude. He never talked bad about the team or his teammates. Like, he was similar to Trevor. He just didn't have like the surfer dude vibe. He had the cool, calm, and collected country boy vibe.
Of course he did. Dude. They come to do a My Cribs tour and he's ripping a fucking cig. He's like, yeah. What a fucking dog.
Yeah, and Trevor passed him in yards, but he's got five touchdowns, so he passes him in touchdowns, and he has 17 less interceptions, so that's nice. But Yeah,
We
Trevor's
failed
coming.
the boat though, dude.
Trevor's coming for Brunell though. It's only going to be probably this year and then next year, and he'll probably be our all-time quarterback.
He will. He's absolutely going to be. But that's the thing though. Like, we never got a quarterback since Brunell that like grew the hype that Brunell had, because it never happened. They thought it was going to be Leftwich. I'm gonna be honest. I was never a Leftwich fan. I thought he was terrible.
I thought it was going to be Garrard, but Jack Del Rio ruined that when they drafted that kid out of Missouri.
Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, man, like I'm not a Garrard hater, but I was not necessarily a Garrard believer either, because it just like it felt like he was a game manager where our team, the roster we had, we needed him to be like a game changer, and it's not his fault. He didn't build the damn team. You know what I mean? Like I'm not blaming him for that at all. I think he did what he could with what we gave him, but I don't know. I just never saw anything that made me the believer. Blake Bortles was throwing to people who, without him, would be no names.
Garrard was too.
I know, but I'm saying, but he never made it anywhere near what. You know what I'm saying?
He made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but we ain't never make the championship game and damn near be in the Super Bowl.
Well,
yeah, but we also made the championship game because of Leonard Fournette.
We did make it with Garrard, and then Byron Leftwich came back and got well, and then Del Rio decided to start Leftwich instead of Garrard. That was against New England.
You can't count that towards Garrard's legacy, unfortunately, because they gave it back to Leftwich. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
When we undoubtedly gave the keys to the franchise, gave the keys to the car to Garrard, we never went back. And then, I'm not saying it's his fault. It's not his fault. We did not give him the team. It's the same thing that we did to Blake Bortles. But the reason that people have that occult following for Bortles is because, bro, I mean,
Bortles was a dog. I don't care what they say.
Bortles was a fucking dog. Tell me who Marquise Lee was before Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles is the reason that we won the Buffalo game that year in the playoffs, because he ran for like 130 or 87, whatever it was. He ran for all those yards and got us into the end zone.
Yeah,
right.
You know, honestly, I just love Blake Bortles for the fact that he got us the fuck away from Blaine Gabbert.
Whatever that was, 10-7 or. Bro, Nah, man, we had Mr. Chad Henne. Okay,
I remember Henne.
Mr. Chad.
No, Henne was a bridge, man. Henne was a bridge.
Oh, he absolutely was.
Yeah, Henne was a bridge, and that's my thing. It's like, I mean, as a franchise, like we're trying to actually build with this guy. He got us away from fucking terrible ass Gabbert. Gabbert was fucking awful. But
man,
you know, that's the other thing you see about Blake Bortles too, man.
Well, you know what the problem with Gabbert was? They put him in. He wasn't ready. He didn't have offensive line blocking for him, and he just got scared. Let's just put it that way. He got scared, huh?
I remember being in middle school, and there was a Sports Illustrated magazine I was reading because I had the Jaguars on it, which I never saw, and it was literally an article about Blaine Gabbert and the fact that he had the least time to throw out of any quarterback in the NFL. And it's just like, it's hard. It's like, he wasn't the greatest and he never was going to be the greatest. But at the same time, it's hard to be a good quarterback when you have the least time to throw out anybody in the NFL,
Yep. But that right there, though, is going to be the exact reason that Trevor Lawrence will end up being the all-time fan favorite. I mean, you're going to have the homers, and I get it that we're here at the inauguration that are always going to be Brunell just because they were here from the start, and they're just not going to change, and that's okay.
But Brunell wasn't the first quarterback we had, though.
No, but I mean, like if you've been here from the inauguration, you greatly appreciated getting Brunell.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Even though you didn't know who he was when he came aboard.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they got to watch the rise of Brunell.
Right.
Being here from the beginning, you got to watch it. That made you love him. That made it where like there's nobody gonna fucking touch him, But then Trevor comes, and he comes in at a time where, like, obviously you were talking about it earlier, Eric, where, like, quarterbacks can't win, bro. No matter what they do, they ain't winning. And when you come into a culture like that, in a league like that, and you still do what you do,
right?
He's going to be the all-time. He's going to be the all-time for anybody that's got sense enough to actually be real about it.
You're right. Florida made Topper said Luke Jokel. Man, I remember that joke there.
Cam Robinson was way better than Luke Jokel.
Way better than Luke Jokel.
Turnstile.
Yes, sir. We had Steve Erline, we had Rob Johnson, we had Brad Johnson.
Yeah, I forgot Berline played 7 games in 1995.
Yeah. And then I think somewhere in there we traded for Berline. I mean, not Berline. Oh my goodness. Brunel. And that's when Brunel took over after we went through that little carousel of quarterbacks. And because people don't remember, Jimmy Johnson was cut by Dallas. That's where we got him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had stomach issues and Dallas let him go. That's how we got him. So, yeah.
Now, did you guys see the other day, though, where Champ Bailey said the best receiver he ever played against was Jimmy Smith?
Yep.
He's him.
Believe that. Jimmy was a dog now. Jimmy was a dog. You know, and then he, like you said, you had Keenan on the other side, you know. Then we had tight end. Who was tight end? Pete Mitchell. Was it Pete Mitchell? I think so. He was a big blocking tight end, a lot like Brenton Strange, that could catch the ball and run on you also. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And then we brought in Natron Means to run the ball. And then you had number 33, who we were just talking about. Just quick, my mind just go blank. He was the fullback.
Greg Jones or no? Yeah.
Greg Jones. Yeah.
No, Gregory Jones.
So, I mean, that team was put together real well once it got put together.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing, too. Is
defensively, we ain't even going to talk about defensively.
Well, that's the most complete team that this franchise has ever had.
I agree with you. 100%.
In our entire 30-year history now, that is the most complete team that we've ever had. That's why, if you're being a realist, we all miss John Henderson and Marcus Stroud, bro. We talked about that a million times. You got to hit me harder than that.
Joe.
Come on, Joe.
That always tripped the announcers out, that pregame. Oh, my goodness.
Bro, I fucking love that, man.
Hey, how many days we got until the draft?
It was 16 just a few days ago, I think.
It's the 14. Yes, the 23rd. So 14 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes, come on.
Don't worry, guys. If Bashaw Tootin runs for 600 yards, he'll move from 27th to pass Chris Ivory to number 18th in the all-time rushers. If he gets 604 yards, he'll pass Tank Bigsby and Greg Jones. He'll be tied with Greg Jones. But yeah, that's funny. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they do this year, the running backs and everything. And then we gonna have our own little thunder and lightning with Bashaw Tootin and Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah. Well, they already said Tootin's gonna get a like an expanded role from what Owen was saying earlier today.
Well, he's gonna have to
roll a little bit. So yeah, of course. So
yeah, unless they plan on spending like a second or a third round pick on a running back, he's gonna be the guy. And I'm okay with that.
I'm also okay with that.
I think they're gonna get one. I don't know. Hell,
they need to work on. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying at this point, I have no idea what this administration gonna do, which is a good thing. But you know, you sit back and be like, okay, they know what they're doing. Let them do it.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the thing for that is we're just gonna have to kind of sit back and see because you know, Tootin, I think he just needs to work on his base and his balance this offseason.
Right.
And if he because honestly, there were a couple runs this season. If he stayed on his feet, he had 300 or 400 more yards on the season at least.
Without a doubt.
Like and honestly, whenever he got those carries when ETN went down, ETN probably wouldn't have taken back over the full load like he did. But I think they were smart enough to see that Tootin needed more time to cook and bake a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, man. But if he worked on that in the offseason, it's going to be a different type of stuff around here. And because he has the speed that ETN never had to get away from everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got the speed that not many other people. Period.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it's all about his balance, keeping his balance.
But yeah, man. Well, that's about all I got. What y'all got? Y'all got anything else or?
No, I think we done pretty much did it all. We didn't cover the spectrum tonight.
Yeah, that's right. It was Kyle Brady. I was looking for the name of the tight end from 99. Yeah, before we got Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, Kyle Brady.
Yeah, but all right, gentlemen. Well, thank you.
Pete Mitchell too.
Yeah,
we
Pete
had-
Mitchell was there. But you know, thank y'all for coming on. Another great episode, and
Yes,
everybody
sir.
that came in and watched, thank y'all for coming in and watching. I hope y'all have a great night too. And
Don't forget to subscribe.
yes,
Yep. God
and
bless
like.
the boat.
I always forget to say all that. Thanks for coming in, Florida Made Tapa. And
Yes, sir.
y'all have a good night.
All
All right. Peace out.